Hey everyone, welcome to the daily news analysis for December 28th. Let's look at some of the important news that has the potential to come as your passages in your common law admission test and other law entrance examinations, and that you are expected to know some basic awareness regarding what is happening in and around your country and abroad. So let's begin with the first news. Let's see what the first news is. The first news is regarding Ram Setu. As you know that Subramanian Swamy has filed a petition regarding the recognition of Ram Setu, but the center is yet to make its stand clear on Ram Setu petition. So the statement by the Union government in parliament that satellite imagery cannot provide direct information about the origin and age of the structure in the Ram Setu region comes even as a prolonged litigation initiated by former Rajya Sabha member Subramanian Swamy to declare Ram Setu as a national heritage monument lies pending in the Supreme Court. So Dr. Subramanian Swamy has filed this petition that the Ram Setu region should be declared as a national heritage monument. However, it is pending in the Supreme Court because the center is yet to make its stand clear, and the satellite imagery is not conclusive to give any uh, direct information regarding the age, regarding the origin of the structure. The hearing of this petition has been adjourned repeatedly because the government has not filed an affidavit making its stand clear on Mr. Swamy's plea. There is also a movie called Ram Setu. It has Akshay Kumar in it. That is also regarding the similar concept. In the last hearing on November 10, a bench led by Chief Justice of India, D.Y. Chandrachud, asked the government why it was dragging its feet even for filing an affidavit. The government interestingly replied that affidavit was ready, but it was awaiting the approval of the ministry concerned. The court's 4-week deadline since then to file it is over. However, while the center came across as reluctant to show its card on the issue in the Supreme Court, the verbatim debates on the Ram Setu in the Rajya Sabha indicate that satellite images had hardly helped pinpoint the nature of the structure. The history dates back to more than 18,000 years, and if you go by history, that bridge was about 56-kilometer long. Yes, to some extent, though some space technology has been able to discover pieces and islands, some kind of limestone shoals, which of course can't be accurately said to be remains of the part of a bridge. The minister, though doubting the accuracy, acknowledged that there was a certain amount of continuity in location through which some submissions can be drawn, some surmises can be drawn. So what I'm trying to say in short is that it is difficult to actually pinpoint the exact structure that existed there, but there is some kind of an indication, direct or indirect, that those structures have existed. So it has been always been in debate whether the regarding the origin of Ram Setu, regarding the structure of Ram Setu. Now we have the technology to determine that, but even the satellite imagery is not really being helpful, giving the direct information regarding the same. So that is why the debate in the Rajya Sabha, and that is why the petition has been filed in the Supreme Court. However, center has not yet taken a firm stand regarding that. So that is the news. Significant government control under data protection bill to hit data centers in investments. So as you know that we have a proposed digital uh, personal data protection bill 2022, and in that bill there is a significant government control. So what will happen if there is a significant government control in a bill? The uh, data center investments will take a hit. People will not invest in data centers in the country. So the significant controls and exemptions to the government under the proposed digital personal data protection bill are likely to make it harder for companies to invest in data centers and data processing activities in India. And this has been said according to the Global Technology Industry Body (ITI). This ITI has represents Google, Microsoft, Meta, Twitter, Apple. So it's a very reputed company that has made these observations. The Ministry for Electronics and IT has floated a draft digital personal data protection bill and has invited comments on the same. The bill grants significant control to the executive arm of Government of India and delegates much of the detailed rule-making authorities to separate as yet undefined processes. The draft has exempted government notified data fiduciaries from several compliance burdens. Minister of State for Electronics and IT Rajiv Chadha Shekhar had said that the exemptions for the government would be only in special circumstances like maintaining public order, and it's not for all the time, it's only for special circumstances. Election Commission will begin delimitation exercise in Assam, and the 2001 census will be used for that. So the Election Commission has said that it would begin the delimitation exercise of Assembly and Lok Sabha constituencies in Assam. There will be a ban on the creation of new administrative units from 1st of January till the completion of the readjustment process. And Assam has 14 Lok Sabha, 126 Assembly, and 7 Rajya, 7 Rajya Sabha seats. The census figures of 2011 would be used for the delimitation process. Once a draft proposal for the delimitation of constituencies is finalized by the Commission, it will be published in the central and the state gazettes for inviting suggestions or objections from the general public. In this regard, a notice will also be published in 2 vernacular newspapers of the state specifying the date and venue of public sittings to be held in the state. The last delimitation of constituency in Assam was done based on the 1971 census figure by the 10th Delimitation Commission in 1976. The delimitation process in the four northeastern states of Assam, Nagaland, Manipur, and Arunachal Pradesh was deferred in 2008 due to security issues. Taiwan extends mandatory military service from 4 months to 1 year, citing threats from China. So currently it was 4 months you have to mandatorily serve in the military of Taiwan. Now that duration is being increased to 1 year because there is a threat from China that just like Russia uh, uh, has been invading Ukraine, China might also try something for Taiwan. So keeping that threat into consideration, from 2024, the duration is being increased from 4 months to 1 year. Taiwan announced on an extension in the mandatory military service from 4 months to 1 year, citing the threat from China. Beijing considers self-ruled democratic Taiwan a part of its territory to be taken one day by force if necessary, and the island lives under the constant fear of invasion. So, China thinks that Taiwan is our territory, and if required, we will even use force to take it. Under President Xi Jinping, China's saber rattling has intensified in recent years, and Russia's invasion of Ukraine deepened worries in Taiwan that Beijing might also move similarly to annex the island of Taiwan. China's intimidation and threats against Taiwan are getting more obvious. It has been said by President Tsai Ing-wen. She told the reporters that no one wants war, but peace will not fall from the sky. The current 4-month military service is not enough to meet the fast and ever-changing situation. We have decided to restore 1 year military service from 2024. The extended requirement will apply to men born after 1st January 2005. That is, so all those who have joined, who are born after 1st of January 2005, they will be required to serve mandatorily for 1 year in the Taiwan military. Russia to ban oil exports to nations with price cap from February. So Russia has issued a decree on Tuesday to ban oil sales to countries and companies that comply with the price cap agreed by Western countries in response to Moscow's offensive in Ukraine. So in response to what Moscow is doing in Ukraine, the countries that have put a price cap, so that has been that the oil exports for those has been banned by Russia. So the supply of Russian oil and oil products to foreign legal entities and individuals is prohibited if the contract for these supplies directly or indirectly are using a price cap, the decree has said. It will be in effect from February 1 until July 1. It added that the ban may be lifted in individual cases on the basis of a special decision from President Vladimir Putin. The price ceiling of $60 per barrel, agreed by the European Union, G7, and Australia, came into force in early December and seeks to restrict Russia's revenue while making sure Moscow keeps supplying the global market. Kashmiri Pandit staff petition tribunal over relocation issues. So there are Kashmiri Pandits. They want to strike down a clause which allows the Pandit employees to serve only in Kashmir. So they want to strike off that clause. So amid growing differences between the Jammu and Kashmir Lieutenant Governor and the BJP over the ongoing protest by Kashmiri Pandits, migrant Pandit employees on Tuesday approached the Central Administrative Tribunal to strike down a clause that makes it mandatory for such Pandit employees to serve only in the Kashmir division. The employees were posted in the Kashmir Valley under a special employment scheme. A petition filed by the Pandit employees Bhupinder Bhatt and Yogesh Pandita regards the targeted killings makes it crystal clear that the respondents have failed to provide a secure environment for Kashmiri Pandit employees at their place of posting. The rule is jeopardizing the life and safety of the employers, which clearly violates the right to life under Article 21 of the Constitution and deserves to be set aside. So they are trying to strike this off. Parliamentary panel pulls up government for failure to create tourism council. So the House committee has asked that what steps were taken on the recommendation of including tourism on the concurrent list. As you know, we have three lists. We have state list, union list, and concurrent list. In the union list, only the central government can make laws. In the state list, only the state government can make laws. In the concurrent list, the union government as well as the state government can make laws. So the tourism was recommended to be included in the concurrent list as it will help in the pandemic hit sector, and why some states are yet to accord industry status to hospitality projects. This has been asked here. So merely drafting a national tourism policy is not enough for the development of tourism sector in the country. So this has been said by a parliamentary committee. The Parliamentary Standing Committee on Transport, Tourism and Culture has suggested fast tracking the creation of a national tourism council. On the line, just like we have a GST council, they are suggesting we create a national tourism council to directly make recommendations to the union and the state government. Observing that vision without action is a daydream and action without a vision is a nightmare, the panel sought to know from the government the action taken for the creation of the tourism council after the interministerial consultations. So why it has not been formed so far, that is being asked. So they are pulling up government for failure to create tourism council. Now Kerala governor explores the options of sending university bill to president. As you know what is happening in the Kerala. So the Kerala government's pressing political objectives of removing the governor as chancellor of state universities, it seems unlikely to materialize anytime soon. So now they are looking for ways that can it be sent to the president. That is what they are looking for. So the governor Arif Muhammad Khan asked the Raj Bhavan's Standing Council to explore the option of sending the University Laws Amendment Bill, which seeks to negate the role of the governor as the chancellor of universities, to the president. So these are some important news. Let's quickly a quick recap. What were the important news? The first news was regarding Ram Setu. The center is yet to take its stand, and the satellite imagery have not given any direct information regarding the same, regarding the origin and the uh, age. Then we have this personal data protection bill. The significant government control under data protection bill will hit the data center investment by the companies. Election Commission is going to begin the delimitation exercise in Assam, and the 2001 census will be used. Taiwan has extended the mandatory military service from 4 months to 1 year. because of the threat from China. Russia is to ban the oil exports to nations with price cap from February onwards till July. Kashmiri Pandit staff petition tribunal over relocation issue. They want to strike down a clause which allows Pandit employees to serve only in Kashmir. The parliamentary panel, they have said that why you have not created a tourism council on the similar lines as we have GST council. And the Kerala governor is exploring options of sending university bill to the president. So these were some important news. Thank you so much. Let's meet in the next session regarding the remaining news for the next day. Thank you so much.